Okay, fam, welcome back. So today we're going to be going over the grayscale trusts and the miners a little bit, as well as I assume they would be CLSK earnings. So with that being said, let's get it. Okay, so pretty large green day here on the grayscale trust. You can see LTCN popping out of there. I'll cover that in a minute. You guys are probably wondering, okay, what the heck is going on here? Well, it's pretty simple, okay? Look, Litecoin has moved up substantially. I mean, this thing has just gone absolutely stupid. Do I think the all-time high is where it currently sits? No, I do not, okay? I think Litecoin probably has a ways to go. It didn't actually top out last time until in Q2 of the post-halving year. We're still in the halving year, just so y'all know. So that would be like 5 months from now, if it were to repeat, that would be Litecoin's top. So that basically means that LTCN, if there is any correlation there, could have another 5 months of upside to go. Now, in the event that these trusts are actually more closely correlated with the alt season in general, which again, I guess it doesn't really matter truthfully, because when money flows out of the stable coins and from Bitcoin into altcoins, the Bitcoin dominance drops off a cliff, ETH Bitcoin gains. Then pretty much the entire alt space is going to go to the moon, okay? Which means that all of these that have exposure to the underline, they're probably going to go to the moon too. So am I really surprised to see this big green day after some of these altcoins started skyrocketing? Not really. I think it just took a little time to play out. So, the thing that I've found with investing in position trading is usually when things don't go according to plan in the timeline that you would expect them to, the best thing to do, and again, this is not financial advice, this has been my experience, the best thing to do is just double down, buy more, and be patient. Okay, I'm not telling you to buy anything. I'm not telling you guys to double down or anything like that. It's your money. You can do what you want to. I'm just telling you guys, based on my experience, either doubling down and buying more and waiting and being patient with it, or just simply holding the position that we have and being patient with it. 9 out of 10 times has panned out. Okay. As a matter of fact, we have never had a swing trade ever to date that at some point has not gone into profit. Okay. Then we have had some that we've sold early, unfortunately, for a slight loss or a slight profit, which ultimately ended up could have been a huge profit. Like SoFi, for example, we got out, I think like our average was 6 something and we got out at like 7. Now SoFi is at 15. So that's a good example. Sucks for us, right? But is what it is. There's always more opportunities. Not too worried about it. Okay, so CLSK, I did mention I was going to go over this. So unfortunately, they had their earnings. Well, again, presumably they had their earnings here, according to TradingView. I did look into it. It looked pretty good to me. I mean, of course, there's going to be some negatives. There's positives and negatives with anything. It's really all about investor perception here. So, but yeah, unfortunately, it did kind of do a little dumpito. So yeah, that kind of sucks. But look, I'll tell you guys like this. Do I think the miners are done running to the upside? No. Okay, I think a lot of these miners have just gotten started moving to the upside. I don't think they're done yet. You guys can see initially these guys kind of bought into the earnings and then dumped it afterwards. So again, it is all about perception. I will tell you guys this. Okay, I do think that CLSK and the miners are going to run tomorrow. Of course, tomorrow would be by the time you see this. If it doesn't and it pulls back anywhere between that $10 to $12 range, we are absolutely going to buy more, because it just doesn't make sense for us not to buy them. I mean, they're the Bitcoin miners. Trump's going to get in office. He's going to be like, yeah, you can't, if you don't mine Bitcoin in the US, you can't mine Bitcoin, right? He said he wants to be Bitcoin or all Bitcoin to be mined in the US, right? That's extremely bullish for these miners. So, based on that perspective alone, I would say we have no real incentive not to buy more before Trump gets in office. Just saying. So yeah, kind of a little short-term dump, maybe buy the rumor, sell the news, whatever. They're probably going to go higher in the coming days and weeks. And again, I'll tell y'all right now, I'm pretty confident Bitcoin is not at its true all-time high yet, because, and we'll cover this in a separate video, but again, I want to reiterate, okay, the Pi Cycle top indicator, green EMA, shows that we need to be somewhere around 120,000 just to hit the EMA, okay? Usually Bitcoin doesn't take off and blast off to the moon to its final all-time high until we get past that EMA. So we got to get to at least 120,000 for Bitcoin to really start screaming all the way up to its whatever its true all-time high is going to be, okay? And then I did want to mention this bull flag on CLSK. So if this does play out as a bull flag, we'll have to wait and see if this is actually going to play out like that. But the target for this one would be about 2270. It's kind of an ugly bull flag. I don't really like the way it looks, but bull flag's a bull flag's a bull flag. It doesn't matter. So you basically just take the pull from the start of the move to the top of the flag formation, extend it out here to the breakout point, wherever that's going to be, and that would kind of be your target. So $23, pretty much in line with where we said we were thinking we were likely going to take profits here. So I do think that Bitcoin will keep going up through the end of the year, probably even somewhat through Q1 of next year, but I think alts are going to go with it, okay? So we'll have that kind of scaling up phase in the alts as Bitcoin gets to its whatever its first peak is going to be. And then we're already seeing a rolling off of the dominance, so maybe it's possible even that Bitcoin could just maybe chop around, altcoins blast off to the moon, then Bitcoin takes over again, keeps going up, altcoins kind of just go sideways, maybe chop up a little bit, and then rinse and repeat, right, until Bitcoin hits its highs. And then the true explosive phase of the first half of the alt season begins in Q1 of next year. That's kind of my expectations. All right, so let's get into the trust. So GBTC pulled back a little bit, not shocking. LTCN, wow, imagine that. There's a green candle outside of that flag I told you guys was likely going to break to the upside, just like this one and this one, right? History doesn't rhyme, but it does often repeat. So we still got 3 days to confirm this. It looks good to me at this point. Again, if you were buying in here, if your average is in here, I should say, then you are obviously in profit. Congrats to you. The green candle here does confirm that we are actually above that zone. But again, we want to see a weekly confirmation on top of that just to confirm it. About to get that golden cross on the EMAs. I told you guys back here on the MACD indicator when we got this golden cross that likely we were soon going to see some upside. It may not have been immediate, but now you guys are seeing it firsthand. Okay, so enough of that. Assuming we do get a confirmation close above the channel here on the weekly time frame, the pullback to scoop up any more if you are interested. Some people may not be. You know, your average might be at $10 and you might have 10,000 shares and you'll be like, man, screw that. I don't need to buy anything. I'm good. I'll just sit and wait. Okay, to each their own. Cool. You do you, man. So we're all here to make money, right? We just make it how we make it. So 1760 would be that level. I'd be looking for, again, immediate first targets anywhere from 25 to 54. The all-time high is at 510. We'll cover those macro targets in a later video. That's not going to be in this video. So about 210% gain. I do expect these grayscale trusts to continue ramping up as the alt season keeps heating up. And again, some of these altcoins have gone stupid already, okay? Dogecoin's at 40 cents, XRP's at almost $3. Litecoin's at 140. There's even a couple that we have that have also gone up substantially. Like Zen's already done a 2x from our average. AIOZ literally just broke all-time highs. So, I mean, it's not like it's just a select few. I mean, the altcoin space as a whole is starting to rip. So if the correlation's there, then the grayscale trust should ideally go up with it. Okay, so BCHG still waiting for the breakout here of the EMAs. Looks like we might have gotten above it on the daily, but I want to see a confirmation on the weekly just to confirm it. So as of right now, the buy zone on BCHG is still 530 to about 570. Targets would be about 10.25 to 24. And look, just so y'all know, believe it or not, I am human, and I hate waiting for these rips too. Believe it or not, I absolutely despise having to sit there for weeks and months and whatever, and being patient and waiting for the moonshot to come. But y'all, you know, once you've done this long enough, you eventually get used to it, and you're just like, okay, yeah, whatever. You know, I can't really force the market to go up immediately when we want to, right? So we just kind of plan accordingly. But trust me when I tell you, I hate the whole waiting thing too. It sucks. It'd be nice if, just on the flip of a dime, it could just go up, but it doesn't work like that. So BCHG 340%. HZEN, we finally are starting to push off of here. If this, I would say if we get a close above this $5 here, right at these candle tops, that is a break in structure, and we could be seeing a bull trend here, higher highs, higher lows. I'm actually going to put a line here just so y'all know. So if we get closed above that line, or those candle tops right there, that would confirm indeed we have gone into a bull trend. So if you guys have not positioned in this already, the window may be about to close here. I cannot promise one way or the other, but that's what it looks like to me. So as of right now, I still say the top of the zone is going to be the buy area. So 415 target is the top of the wedge, so that's about $9. You have a swing high up there at 1050. So about 145% gain on this one. ETCG, this thing is still looks like it wants to push higher. That's pretty impressive. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, okay, that's not going to matter because again, the trend line would be below this flat top right here. So if there is a pullback, I'd say maybe down to around $13. At this point, I'm not sure that's even going to happen. So the target I'd be looking for at this point is about $20. Again, if you didn't buy in this area down here, well, I don't know what you were waiting for. Again, not financial advice, but if you had bought and got your average down there already, you'd be up about 115%. If there is another pullback into this white line, then you'd be looking at about 53%. Keep in mind, ETCG's previous all-time highs was just shy of $100. So you could still be looking at potentially at least, if it just goes to the all-time highs, about a 7x from current prices. Okay, so ETH, I would pretty much say that 23 to 28.20 here is going to be the buy area. So right about where the EMAs are to the top of the zone. This one looks pretty bullish too. So target up here, 53.25. That is the cup and handle target. So about 130% gain here. It's a nice big cup handle. And then there's the target for the cup and handle right up there. Okay, GBAT. I know a certain somebody's probably happy in the crowd right now that this thing's finally going up. Sometimes these things take a while. Unfortunately, it's impossible to predict, like I said, the exact day when these are going to go up, but we've sat on positions for months without making a dime. And eventually something happens and it goes up. And what do you know? We make money. So, obviously no guarantee it works like that every time, but I can say unequivocally every single trade we've taken ever that we intended to take profit on, it did not sell for a loss. Eventually they went into profit. We managed to make money. So any pullback area here, I would be looking for anywhere from, I'd say about 650 to about $7. I think those good round numbers are probably where people will be looking to buy as well. So targets anywhere from 10 up to 32. This one already hit an all-time high this cycle, so it's a good chance it could go to a new all-time high. So 400% gain here. There is some tokens in the native space like Dogecoin and Horizon and Ethereum that have had higher peaks cycle over cycles. So it's possible LTCN and BCHG and all them could also do it too. Okay, so PhilG, FILG, FILG, whatever you want to call it. What do you know? We got the green candle close above the EMAs. Now we got another green candle above the EMAs. I'm not gonna lie, that looks pretty bullish. So we got a break of structure right here. So at 60 on the EMAs, curling up, price lifting off of it. That's to be expected. Higher highs, higher lows. That's a confirmed bull trend on the daily time frame. To get the confirmed bull trend on the weekly, we would need to get above 115 at this candle here, and then that would confirm the bull trend on the weekly, but it looks good to me as far as I'm concerned. So I'd be looking for about 55, probably to 60, somewhere there for a pullback area. The all-time high would be the first target, so that'd be 400, because again, there's not really much in between there, and it doesn't really make sense to hold from 80 to 115. That's kind of a small gain for crypto. 570% gain here at GLIV. So this one, I'm not going to lie to y'all, this one looks like it's about ready to pop. Okay, so it push up against this flat top here, and it looks like it's trying to push up there again. If we get a squeeze out of this and above the EMAs, that is the perfect scenario, in my opinion, for a massive squeeze. Okay, On the weekly, we would need to get above 32 to confirm the bull trend. That is the next structured level. And then the all-time high is at 80. So at this point, I'm actually willing to flip this into a support because I think it likely is going to hold. I mean, yeah, look at this. The EMAs are already starting to cross. Price is lifting. We're pushing up against this structure high right here. It looks pretty good to me. Not confirmed yet, but it looks pretty good. So I'd say buy area anywhere from 12 to 1460 if you manage to get a pullback on this. Again, you've had weeks to buy down here. If you chose not to, that's up to you. It's about a roughly about 540% gain. G-Link, this one's starting to pop. I can tell you guys right now, Chainlink is also exploding to the upside, so there's some correlation there. Yeah, we got to close above this zone on the daily. It does look good to me. We also got that break of structure right here at this 80 area. That looks all good. In gravy, we need to get above 100 on the weekly to get a break of structure as well for this on the weekly. So I would say maybe a pullback into the EMAs at about 65. If you manage to get it, would be a good buy zone. Just my opinion, of course. 220 is the all-time highs. About a 230% gain on this GSOL. Yeah, this thing's just kind of consolidating. It's probably going to do that before it picks a direction. If I had to guess, I would say it's probably going to go up. I know this is a bear flag. I'm well aware of that, but the price can't go negative. If you're a bull on a position and you're long, the price of any given asset can only go to zero. Okay, it cannot go negative. You can only go negative and owe more than you invested if you're a bear, if you short the markets, which is why we don't short typically. Just going to let you all know that right now. So, yeah, I think, we do short in futures, but that's for the stock indices or metals. That's a different story. That has nothing to do with crypto. That's also not stock specific. So, and futures are derivative versions of the stock market. So it's not entirely tied together. So yeah, Solana kind of sitting at all-time highs. It probably will go higher, and this thing will probably go with it. For now, I'd be looking for anywhere from, I'd say maybe about 80 to about the current price of 170 as a buy area. Targets 350 to about 580 on this one. Maximum move here is 600% gain. GXLM still marching higher. Man, this thing is it just doesn't stop. Jesus, just look at that thing. It's already done what is that, a 4x in a month? Look, I know we don't have the trusts anymore for the most part, except for ETCG, but dude, if you aren't convinced that these trusts are going higher based on this, I don't know what to tell you. There's no guarantee they could go higher, but man, that's pretty explosive. So, anyways, so in terms of a pullback area, I'm probably would be looking somewhere around that 37 to maybe get in. I know the price is sitting at 60 now, so I would say maybe a target somewhere around the all-time highs at 96. It could easily go past that. I wouldn't even be shocked if it did. But again, we'll talk about the potential price discovery targets in a separate video. So 175% gain here. Mana, this one's starting to break out as well. So weekly is above the EMAs, but still below that kind of red box there. Daily has confirmed a break of structure as well, but still below the box, above the EMAs. So I would say maybe a buy somewhere around maybe 10 to kind of 13.5, somewhere in there could be a good area. This is just how I would do it if I was trading. The target for me, if I was going to do this, would be 70 at the all-time highs. I'd be looking to start scaling out there. Not scaling out maybe scaling out completely. It would depend on the sizing, but if it's let's say I had $50,000 in this position, then yeah, I might be willing to scale everything out there because that's a pretty good return. That's a 7x on 50K. But if I only had like 5K in it, probably start slowly scaling out here, maybe 25% here, 25% at the next fib level, so on, so on. So 570% gain here. Zcash, man, what did I tell y'all? So this thing has just gone stupid. 45% in one day. Ain't that crazy? So the underline. You guys are probably wondering about that. Yeah, Zcash has finally taken off. This thing has just gotten absolutely stupid. So if you accumulated in these zones down here, especially down in this area, you're already sitting on a 2x. Congrats to you. I'd be looking for a pullback at 6. Probably set my sight somewhere on 970 to about 10 and a quarter. If you guys are wondering where the next level above that is, so 70% there. Next level is going to be pushing somewhere roughly around 14 to 1750, just so y'all know. But yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good. I would not be surprised if this thing actually closed the week even higher than it currently sits right now. So just so y'all know, channel memberships are available. If you want to buy them, you can. They're $25 a month. Some people will say, oh, it's expensive or blah, blah, blah. Guys, there's people that pay $100 a month or more for some Patreons or to be in certain trading groups and stuff like that. I don't think it's really all that expensive. I think it's actually quite affordable, to be honest. I mean, most people spend more money than that on their cell phone bill. So, whether it's expensive or not, relative, in my opinion. Again, it's optional if you want to sign up for it. You don't have to. There's no obligation. Okay. You would just have to click the join button below the video. But I'll tell you guys this. Okay, if you want to get the access to the content early, crypto runs on cycles, at least until it's proven otherwise. So we have about another 12 months to go in crypto. This stuff is very time sensitive. You may want to get early access to it. Again, it is entirely optional. It's up to you. Okay. So anyways, hope you all enjoyed this content. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.